All right, so right now I'm here with Honey Spy now that I'm done stumbling over the Nietzsche schedule. And how are you guys?
We're doing pretty fantastic, actually.
You guys are doing pretty fantastic. Is that because you're on the radio?
That's exactly why.
I am honored. Why don't you guys say your name and what you play before we get started here?
My name is Tim Martin, and I play the guitar and the tambourine.
My name is Brian Kieko, and I play the banjo and the banjo ukulele.
My name is Ingo Hutzenlaub. I play the bass guitar.
Very nice. So what's this first song going to be for us?
This first song is going to be Florida Water.
All right, and before you guys begin, I just want to give everybody a visual who's at home right now. This is the very first band I've ever had in the studio who's all standing up when they play.
We think better on our feet.
There you go. All right, take it away.
Ready, boys? Left his horse sitting by the side of the bed. Never known to chew wide or blind, even on a bender. But now how are you gonna help us now, when you can't keep your own bed from spinning round? He pulled leather, sang 7 shots into the air. We all congratulate, say God, what a mark that would have made. But how are you gonna help us now, when you can't keep your own bed from spinning round? He said, how are you gonna help us now, when you can't keep your own barn from burning down? He said, how? Winch took his left hand for a ride to the southern wilds. He went after with a candy-coated nose and a sped-up smile. How you gonna get back now, when you can't keep your own hand from running round? He dove headlong through that Florida water blast, dug down in the mire just to get what she took back, singing, how am I gonna get back now, with that Florida water pushing me back down? He said, how am I gonna get back now, with that Florida water pushing me back down? He said, how am I gonna get back down, with that Florida water pushing me back down? And he said, how am I gonna get back down? Yeah, with that Florida water pushing me back down. And he said, how?
Honey Spine on Localized. That was great, you guys. Can you remind me what that was called?
That tune was called Florida Water.
Florida Water. I heard you mentioned Florida in there. I figured. So you guys are from Fredonia, New York. Were you born and raised there? And did any of you attend the college?
I think Tim here, to your right,
Stage right.
he ended up living there his whole life so far. And Ingo and I ended up going to the college.
So are you guys not from Fredonia then? Tim is, but you are not.
I'm actually from Germany originally.
Wow.
But I grew up in Gowanda, New York, which is about a half hour from Fredonia.
Cool.
And I was living over by Poughkeepsie area.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
So there you go. So do you guys enjoy Fredonia? I know, Tim, you were mentioning BJ's earlier, which BJ's is a bar. For all those at home, I get weird looks when I say that bar name.
Well, that's what we enjoy about Fredonia for sure.
Yes, exactly. So how would you guys describe your sound? Because when I was on your Facebook page, your genre was described as quote-unquote quasi-acoustic, secular gospel, anti-steam folk revival. And I want to know, can you guys care to explain what steam folk is to me? I've heard of steampunk.
Wow, that was a very complicated description of what we're doing.
Who was the one who wrote that one down?
We did.
Well, we
There wasn't just any one member that, that was behind that.
I think I was at class one day and I called Brian and I was like, Brian, I got something really good. And then we just expounded from the little bit that I had. Because we want to make it as...
complicated as possible.
No, as accurate.
As accurate, I gotcha. So what is steam folk?
It's kind of like that first song that we were doing there.
But can we further elaborate? What does that mean?
I guess like really progressive folk music. So we're playing some relatively old instruments and doing it in a different way.
Okay, and why don't you guys tell me about the instruments that you have going on here for all the folks listening at home?
Actually, I just realized that most of the instruments that we normally play with are left at home. But, right, I'm actually playing a pretty old Dobson nylon string banjo and a banjo ukulele later on.
Which
All right.
are both quite old. They're like from the 20s, maybe a little earlier than that. This guitar, though, is not old. It's actually quite new. But I have a 1956 Guild that I usually play. It's an electric guitar, but we didn't want to bring that today.
And I'm usually playing through an electric bass with a big bass rig and an 18-inch speaker. The bass is from the future. But right now I'm playing an acoustic bass just for the studio because there isn't that much room in here.
So obviously you guys are, I'm assuming, fans of music from a different time rather than, I mean, is that true? Like, do you listen to a lot of older stuff? I mean, are you...
Yes, I mean, sort of. I think we all have pretty well-rounded, eclectic tastes in music. You know, we kind of dabble in all genres, but definitely.
I only listen to Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah, Ingo only listens to Jefferson Airplane. I only listen to Timber Timbre, so...
Gotcha. Okay. Well, with all that being said, what's this next song going to sound like? And is this steam folk?
all steam folks. All steam.
I've been trying to coin that phrase for a long time. I'm really happy that you're...
I'm going to hang on to that phrase, Brian.
This one is...
You do Hills?
Sure. This one's called Hills.
All right.
This one's dedicated to our mamas and our papas. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's been an easy 5 years since I've seen the place I was raised. Years have gone and all I wanna do is breathe and wait. Still myself, char my parents wait and pray for my return. For that wasted time, you won't believe the things that I have learned. And go back to the hill. Go back to the stomping ground before you rise up, doing the things that you know best. So then walk him, run him, on your home. Moving once will abandon everything and ever built. Mark a lost count the blessings well, you are left with still. Through my pain, fill my life with light of fire just to grow. Cast no judgments now, you having hands to grab the ground for store. Go back to the hill. Go back to the stomping ground before your eyes up, doing the things that you know best. Crawling and walking and running on your home. Crawling and walking and running when you're on your own. Hey boys. She say everything's gonna be okay. She say everything's gonna be okay. When she say he won't stay, everything's gonna be okay. She say he won't stay, and everything's gonna be okay. Long he been away, coming home back from the fray. Long he been away, coming home back from the fray. Long he been away, coming home back from the fray. Long he been away, coming home back from the fray.
I am live with Honeyspine on Localized. That was their song Hills. And just a reminder, I've now joined the dark side and have a smartphone as of this week. So I just posted a picture of these guys in the studio. If you guys are interested, follow the Twitter at Localized BFLO. I just need to exploit you guys, I guess, as much as possible. So, all right. I obviously, speaking of exploitation, clearly I'm a Facebook stalker, I guess, before bands come on the show, because I'm recognizing I have a lot of questions about your guys' Facebook page. So I also saw that you guys enjoy cute animal pictures. So I wanted to know what your favorite animals are.
Oh, that's a good one. Ingo, why don't you go first on that?
The three-toed sloth for me.
Nice choice.
I think I'm going to have to go with my spirit animal, which is the barn owl.
You seem kind of unsure about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of vacillates between that and field mouse.
Okay.
And turtle.
Turtle. Very nice. Now for a more serious question. Where do you guys draw your influences from for your music? I mean, you can say like a band name or something, but also like where are the lyrics coming from and the sound?
I think lyrically it has a lot to do with what we've seen recently.
So it's personal? Is it ever storytelling, or is it more?
Oh, it's personal.
It's very personal.
Yeah, it's pretty much storytelling.
All right, cool. So, I mean, do you usually listen to music that's more partial to storytelling rather than a person's personal emotions? Or are you?
I mean, for me at least, I think it's all pretty much the same thing. Like I really enjoy Tom Waits for that reason, because a lot of it is storytelling, but it all seems very personal, you know. I don't know.
Who's the primary lyricist in the band? Anyone?
We write 50-50.
Okay.
And we even write.
It's a three-part.
I was gonna say, but there's three people. So between which two?
Brian and I have written most of the material pretty 50-50. You know, some songs he writes and brings to the table. Some songs I write and bring to the table. It's hard to tell which is which. But you know.
So did this project start with Tim and Brian together? And then we were talking before, Ingo and I, and you said you were in Fredonia, but then you went to Nashville, and that's where you guys found Ingo in Nashville, even though you had been at Fredonia, correct?
Yeah, actually, I knew Tim and Brian while I was a student at Fredonia, and we got to play together a couple times, I think, but never seriously. And then they came through Nashville on tour, and they stayed with me, and after the gig, we got together and played a little bit at my house, and then they were looking for a bassist anyway, so they asked me to come along.
And when was this? How long have you guys all been together?
I've been in the band since January, about halfway through January. So
Wow, so this is all relatively
4 months.
new. Yes.
We like to work really, really hard. We like to get, work every day if we can. So.
Well, it shows you guys are really good. So, with that being said, what's the third number we're going to be hearing?
This third song is called, it's a love song. It's called Clyde's Lament. And it's actually one of the newest songs that we've written. This guitar sounds kind of out of tune. It'll work though.
It's the magic of being live.
Close enough for steam folk.
Close enough for jazz. Okay. Do you fall in a rain? An apple that's fire, just like Bonnie and Clyde. You waste my spitting fire. Spend the night on the banks, but every river how wide, and you had me to thank for bringing that sheriff's light. The night I got high. The night I got high. When that cavalry came, in a shame, I turned away from your hound to that smile. They say you'll be gone a while. The night I got by.
Honey Spine on Localized on 1077. So, you guys, do you have any current releases out right now where we can listen to you?
Yeah, we got a
Recorded.
few songs on the old Bandcamp, and we got an album right now that's been in circulation for about a year, but we're really excited because around the end of June we're coming out with a new album, and we're pretty excited about that. We just finished recording it about a month ago. So
Great. All right. So when you release that, will you send along some tracks over to Localized?
we certainly will.
And the Bandcamp is probably honeyspine.bandcamp.com. Am I correct?
Also Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation. All right, cool. So we can find you on Bandcamp, Reverb Nation. And why don't you guys tell everybody at home when you're playing your next gig?
I do believe we're going to be in Ohio. All of our shows are posted on the website and on our Facebook page, on our event page. I do believe next we're going to be in Erie and Ohio, at Jekyll and Hyde's in Erie, Pennsylvania, and you can find the rest on the website.
Are you guys going to be in Buffalo anytime soon?
We're planning on doing a CD release, I think, toward the end of summer. We're going to be going to Florida in June, so toward the end of summer, we're planning on doing a CD release over at the Sportsman's Tavern. That's in Buffalo, right?
Yes, it is.
Great.
And we're on the Blue Heron this year too, which is not too far from Buffalo. It's always a lot of fun. Weekend festival, so in Sherman, New York.
Cool. All right, sounds great, you guys. Well, we have time for one more song.
Oh, what do you guys want to do? All right, Rough Beast. You convinced me. We're gonna do a song called Rough Beast. It's on the first album, and it's going to be on the second album. We re-recorded a couple of songs for the second album, but don't tell anyone who bought it. So the next album is going to be called Rough Beast and the Hayshakers, so I guess this is half of a single off of that.
All right, Rough Beast, and thanks again, you guys, for joining me tonight. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, let's take it away.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Flames flash over cityscapes. When I held your hand, your fingers slender, white but badly stained. So come the time when resolution ceased to make, and clear as now we can see that our last waltz was broken legged. But I keep begging fortune, tell us for my fate. Caress my hand with a crooked smile and a hollow-eyed array. And oh, rough beast now, cause my body ache. And oh, rough beast now, cause my body break. When I break. We pushed past the time when reason kept us sane. Like when someone said they saw you pulling bodies from the leg. Marred and crippled past mistakes and hiding states. When you rode our lives out in the sulfur ash and dying days. But I keep begging fortune, tell us for my fate. Grasp my hand with a crooked smile and a hollow